They say life begins at 40. But the real truths of aging often don't reveal themselves until 80. And what many seniors discover at this age can be painful, surprising, and life-changing. Today, we'll uncover 8 harsh realities after 80 and how they silently affect your health and independence. Stay with me, because some of these may sound all too familiar. Before we begin, please support this channel by liking, commenting, and subscribing. It truly helps us continue sharing wisdom and guidance for seniors. Reality 1. Energy becomes precious at 80. One of the first things you notice is how quickly your energy disappears. The things that once felt simple, walking to the market, gardening, even playing with grandchildren, can now feel like climbing a mountain. It's not weakness of will. It's simply the body conserving what little stamina it has left. You may wake up in the morning determined to do something meaningful with your day. But after just an hour of moving around, you feel drained. This is not just tiring, it can also affect your independence. Tasks that once took minutes now take hours, and sometimes they are left undone altogether. Doctors often explain that the body after 80 is running on reserves. The heart pumps a little slower, the lungs hold a little less oxygen, and the muscles don't respond as quickly. That's why so many elders need naps throughout the day. But while rest is necessary, too much rest weakens the muscles even further, creating a painful cycle. This decline in energy forces many seniors to depend on others for simple chore shopping, cleaning, or even getting dressed. And with that dependence comes frustration. Many people after 80 begin to feel like a burden on their families, even though they shouldn't. The truth is, energy conservation becomes a survival skill. Seniors who learn to pace themselves, eat nutritious foods, and engage in light movement, even if just stretching or short walks, can extend their independence much longer. So, when you reach 80, energy is no longer something to waste. It becomes as valuable as gold. Reality 2. Memory slips grow heavier. Forgetting a name here or there may not seem like a big deal. But after 80, memory loss can carry serious consequences. Imagine forgetting to take your medication or taking it twice. Imagine leaving the stove on or getting confused about where you are. These are not just small mistakes, they are life-threatening. At this age, the brain processes information more slowly. Seniors may struggle to recall dates, appointments, or familiar faces. And while not every lapse is dementia, even mild forgetfulness can shake independence. Family members begin to worry. Doctors insist on supervision, and suddenly, the senior who once lived alone with pride now feels watched and doubted. The emotional weight is heavy. Many elders try to hide their memory problems, fearing they will be sent to a nursing home. But in silence, the struggles grow worse. Memory slips don't just affect health, they affect dignity. There are ways to fight back: mental exercises, reading, conversation, staying socially active. Even simple habits like writing reminders or using pillboxes can protect independence. But the harsh reality is that after 80, memory becomes fragile. It requires care, patience, and sometimes acceptance. Reality 3. Friendships begin to disappear by 80. Many elders have outlived their closest friends. The neighbors you laughed with, the colleagues you worked alongside, even your siblings too often. They are no longer here. And suddenly, the world feels much emptier. Loneliness is not just an emotion, it is a silent disease. Studies show that isolation in old age is as dangerous as smoking or obesity. Seniors who feel alone often experience higher rates of depression, memory decline, and physical illness. The painful reality is that social circles shrink dramatically after 80. Travel becomes harder. Phone calls fewer, and families, though loving, often get busy with their own lives. Many seniors spend long hours in silence, waiting for the phone to ring, waiting for someone to visit. This loss of companionship directly affects health. Loneliness raises stress hormones, weakens the immune system, and even increases the risk of heart disease. More than that, it robs seniors of joy. The laughter, the shared stories, the feeling of being understood, these vanish with lost friendships. That's why maintaining social connection, even in small ways, is vital. A simple chat with a neighbor, joining a senior group, or calling a distant friend can add years of life. But the reality remains. After 80, friendships fade, and loneliness can become the hardest battle of all. Reality 4. Mobility declines faster than expected. Mobility is freedom. The ability to walk, to climb, to move without help, that is independence. But after 80, mobility often disappears faster than seniors expect. Arthritis stiffens the joints. Muscles lose their strength. Balance falters. Suddenly, stairs look like mountains, sidewalks feel like traps, and a simple fall becomes a disaster. In fact, falls are the leading cause of injury and loss of independence among seniors over 80. One broken hip can turn a life of independence into permanent reliance on a wheelchair or caregiver. What makes this reality painful is not just the physical decline, but the psychological impact. Many seniors begin to fear walking, fearing they might fall. This fear keeps them sitting more often, which in turn weakens the muscles further. It's a cruel cycle. Mobility loss means no more spontaneous walks, no more trips to the market, no more dancing at family gatherings. It quietly steals joy and confidence. Doctors recommend exercises, walkers, and fall-proof homes. But the truth is, no matter how careful one is, mobility fades after 80. The best defense is to keep moving as much as possible, even when it feels hard. Independence may depend on it. Reality 5. Doctors become your closest companion in your younger years. You saw doctors once or twice a year. After 80, it can feel like you're always at the clinic. Blood tests, checkups, scans, prescription refills, it becomes a full-time job. This constant medical care is draining. Seniors often carry long lists of medications, some with side effects that cause dizziness, fatigue, or confusion. The healthcare system becomes overwhelming, and many elders feel like numbers rather than people. The painful truth is that after 80, health management takes over daily life. Conversations revolve around pills, blood pressure, and aches. Doctors become familiar faces, while friends and hobbies fade into the background. It's not just the time, it's the loss of freedom. Suddenly, life is scheduled around appointments. Travel plans must be canceled because of tests. Even family gatherings get interrupted by health emergencies. This reality teaches one thing: health is wealth. And at 80, the cost of maintaining it becomes painfully clear. Reality 6. Appetite shrinks. Nutrition suffers. Food, once a source of joy, becomes a struggle after 80. Taste buds weaken. Teeth and gums cause discomfort, and the stomach feels full too quickly. Seniors often lose the desire to eat, skipping meals or eating too little. This leads to malnutrition, which accelerates aging. Weight loss, weakness, immune problems, even depression, all tied to poor nutrition. Some elders rely on tea and toast, forgetting their body still needs protein, vitamins, and minerals to survive. Worse, medications can affect appetite, making meals even less appealing. Seniors may feel, "Why bother?" and slowly lose their strength without realizing it. Nutrition after 80 must be intentional. Small, frequent meals, high-protein snacks, soups, and shakes can make a difference. But the reality remains. Appetite shrinks, and without careful attention, health suffers silently. Reality 7. Technology feels like another language. The world today is digital. Banking, shopping, even talking to family now happens on screens. But for many over 80, technology feels like a foreign language. Phones, apps, passwords, what seems simple to younger people feels impossible to many seniors. This creates dependence. A bill can't be paid without help. A video call requires a grandchild, and slowly, dignity erodes. This digital divide leaves many elders isolated. When friends and family move to online spaces, seniors feel left behind. They miss conversations, updates, and sometimes even vital services. The painful truth is that the world rarely slows down for those who can't keep up. Seniors who avoid technology often feel invisible. And while some learn, many simply surrender. Reality 8. Fear of losing independence of all the realities after 80. This one cuts the deepest. The greatest fear is not illness. Not even death is the loss of independence. Needing help with bathing, dressing, or eating is humiliating for many who have lived proud, self-reliant lives. The thought of being sent to a nursing home or being seen as a burden weighs heavier than any physical pain. This fear drives silence. Seniors hide their struggles, pretending they can still manage even when they can't. They refuse walkers, deny memory slips, and push themselves until they fall, all because they don't want to lose control. But the truth is, independence is not just about doing everything alone. It is also about making choices, having a voice, and being treated with respect. Families who understand this can help their elders keep dignity, even when help is required. Closing reflection after 80. Life is not easy. Energy fades, memory slips, friends disappear, and health becomes fragile. But within these harsh realities lies an even greater truth. Aging is not defeat, it is transformation. Yes, the body weakens, but wisdom deepens. The laughter of a grandchild, the comfort of a quiet afternoon, the joy of simply being alive, these treasures shine brighter after 80. If you are a senior or love someone who is, remember, you cannot stop the realities of aging, but you can face them with courage, patience, and grace. Please support this channel by liking, commenting, and subscribing. Your support allows us to continue sharing wisdom, stories, and guidance for seniors across the world. Because aging may bring painful truths, but it also brings wisdom worth sharing.